Christian and Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and we are here to review Naruto Chapter 559. Boom.
Okay, so the chapter begins in a really awesome way. We see that Mu has done a summon, and before we didn't know what type of summon it was going to be. He's using the Edo Tensei technique, which is really crazy, and a coffin explodes out of the ground. And, typically when the Edo Tensei is summoned, the door sort of, slowly creeps open. But this is obviously a big-ass deal, so the door just explodes right in Mu's face, and it is so awesome looking, and it's so ominous. And then all we see is a single black-gloved hand come out of the coffin, and we can assume that it's someone very powerful, as Mu is very shocked to see who it is, and we don't know who this mysterious stranger is yet.
So after this awesome start to this chapter, we jump to Naruto, who's at Hinata, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Negisaurus Rex, and they're just tearing it up, okay? But actually what's happening is they are sensor ninjas, and they can look at Naruto, and they're like, oh, you're so powerful. It's pretty standard anime stuff, when the new character comes and saves the day in his new form. They're all like, wow, you've reached a new level. And they're pretty much saying his chakra signature on every level is, changed.
So in the middle of this really awesome and epic chapter is this moment that a lot of people seem to be pining over a little bit, particularly on the forums that I've been checking out. There's a little scene between Naruto and Hinata, so all you Naruhina fans are probably freaking out. But anywho, Hinata's basically apologizing to Naruto for not being able to, help out as much. But Naruto's being good and everything, and he's like, it's okay, you're strong and everything, and we get a little flashback again to the whole pain thing again. And it's all nice, and then Hinata smiles us all, blah, ha, 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 ha.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, can you believe this? We finally get back to Kakashi and his rampage, which he's mostly through with. Sorry, he's only got 3 swordsmen left. Thanks for showing that off screen. Yeah. Anyway, Sai's doing a seal, and he's drawing a tiger, and we're seeing Kakashi versus Jinbei on Fishman Island going on here. But one thing to note that is awesome is Kakashi is using Zabuza's sword. So awesome, and it looks like it has chakra all around it, so it may be like an electric sword now, which is just, this is turning into an RPG or something. He, added 2 electricity to that. It's pretty fucking epic. And we also see that Sai seals the big fish man with a tiger sealing jutsu, and this is kind of symbolic to me anyway, as soon as I saw that, because we remember Guy and Kisame fighting, and Guy used Morning Tiger, and it was this big epic, not chakra-based move, and now we have this Sai Tiger sealing his master, and it's kind of all coming full circle into getting owned.
So Kakashi and his squad are just destroying all of the 7 swordsmen and everything, and they're sealing them all up. In fact, they only have 3 of them they have to deal with, and things are looking up for them. And then all of a sudden, this huge squad of Zetsus just comes in, and they're getting ready to fight. Luckily, another clone of Naruto shows up, and he's there to help them out, so it looks like they're going to be okay. We then cut away to another battle with another Naruto clone. This clone has joined in with Mifune and his squad of stormtroopers, who are, they're not doing so good. In fact, they're in a really badass panel, because they're up against Kimimaro, and they're all skewered on his bones, and it looks really gruesome. Even for a Naruto panel, it's kind of messed up, actually. And we can see here that Kimimaro and Chiyo are teamed up together, and they're getting ready to fight against them. And they recognize that Naruto has become much more powerful, and it looks like we're finally going to get that epic rematch between Kimimaro and Naruto.
And they don't look like they're going to warm up. They look like they're just going to go all out from the beginning. So the last big, half page we see in Naruto showing up with all these clones is Naruto showing up next to the Mizukage, looking fine as ever, fighting Big Black Zetsu. And so that fight's going on, and Naruto just straight misses as he intros to the fight. And he's like, wow, I think I'm starting to overexert myself. And it's obvious that this is taking a toll on Naruto, using all these powerful clones and eating up all his, fox chakra. And then we go to this big-ass panel that's sideways or landscape view, and it's just showing everyone winning and reporting in, and you got the guy with the, Matrix hat or something, communicating with everyone with his thoughts. But everything is not peaches and cream for the Shinobi Alliance. As everything is starting to look good, it goes south pretty quickly, as someone in the war room reports in, wait, I sent someone new on the battlefield.
That's when the eerie tension begins to build on the battlefield as Mu slowly walks upon the cliff, and then we finally get to see it. The summon, the final coffin, the trump card. The ultimate summon is Madara Uchiha. Or if it was Japanese, Uchiha Madara.
Wait a second. Just so you guys know, this is some information for you on how we're going to do our reviews.
Now that we have this ultimate revelation that Madara is in fact two different beings, in fact there's a real one, the Edo Tensei one is real, we will refer to him simply as Madara, seeing as how he's the real one. The one in the mask we will now refer to as Toby, as we just don't know who the fuck he is. We can see that everyone is completely shocked, as should be the readers and the viewers. I know when they show this in the anime, they're going to show every single person's face individually when they're shocked. But anywho, this is a really huge revelation, and it brings up an even bigger question. If this is the actual Madara, and he is dead, then who is the man behind the mask? And that's where the chapter comes to a close, and the final shot in the chapter is actually Toby actually going towards the battlefield with the Jinchuriki in tow.
Okay, so what do you guys think we thought of this chapter? It was fucking epic. That's all there needs to be said. I mean, if you even have any doubts in this chapter, it even had flippin' Hinata fan service in this chapter, and all this action. Okay, people, that's pretty badass. And we just learned a whole bunch of stuff, and no, we have not seen Madara Uchiha do anything besides take on a coffin door. So maybe him and the Raikage have something in common, because they like destroying furniture. But, you know, long-lost second cousin or something. But in general, though, it was an awesome chapter, and it also begs some huge questions like, Madara Uchiha knows Nagato. What is up with that? Because that throws off the whole timeline of his existence, as we thought. And we now know for sure that the person in the mask is not Madara Uchiha.
Before I get into the whole Madara stuff, because that's just easy to talk about.
Sorry.
I want to talk about... I am going to talk about it, don't worry. But all the stuff that happened with Naruto and all the different groups, I thought that was really, really cool, because we finally got a little more reassurance of what's really going on all over the battlefield. And thank God we got back to Kakashi and his group.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the way the author drew this the battle this week, particularly with Kakashi using the sword with what might possibly have the electricity around it. And he's just cutting up that dude, slicing him in half, and then you got a giant tiger attacking him. It's metal as shit. It's awesome. I really love that type of crap. And just the beginning with... I'm going to start talking about Madara now, because that's really what made this chapter great. Again, we talked about, you know, he didn't just open the door, it exploded. That's just great right there. That's just over the top and completely unnecessary. And that's what made it so great. But the reveal at the end was really, really cool. You know, it's the Madara that we've always seen in the flashbacks and all the pictures that we've seen of him. He's got his battle armor on and everything.
And his fan.
And, you know, Madara himself is actually, you know, I can't tell if he likes the fact that he's summoned or if he's pissed that he's summoned. He's kind of nonchalant about the whole thing.
He's very Uchiha, very Sasuke, you know, laid back about things.
Yeah. and I think that's just sort of an Uchiha kind of thing. But, you know, the fact that we now know that this Madara is dead, you know, again, that just brings up the whole case. Who the hell is Toby? You know, there's tons of theories out there. I'm pretty convinced at this point that it's got to be Zetsu or something.
Some
and
connection, some very important connection to Zetsu.
Like maybe Zetsu killed the original Madara and took his eyes and assumed his identity to, you know, create Akatsuki and, you know, do all this crazy shit. I think that's a little insane, but, you know, it's either that or, you know, it could be his brother Izuna. You know, we don't really know how he died.
There's some Obito theories for Madara, too. But me and Corey are both under the belief that Obito would not be a good person to be the host of this masked person that we call Toby. Mostly because he was such a good guy character. Yeah. Why would he go bad? The only thing that I could see is maybe his body as the vessel. Mm-hmm. But his personality and his intentions, I don't see that as character development for Toby whatsoever.
But yeah, even though we got the revelation that Madara is in fact really dead, you know, we have more questions now. You know, it's just, Toby is a really interesting villain.
More questions, less answers.
You know, we don't know anything about this guy, and, you know, Zetsu is still a mystery in a way himself, so, you know, the author's doing a really, really great job of hooking you in, and, you know, that's, again, like we said, that's why we like reading Naruto so much. And, you know, I think that's why we're going to have to give this week's chapter a 10 out of 10.
Easily.
I mean, this is a big revelation we've been waiting for a long time, especially with the fact that, you know, the whole 6 coffin thing, that happened a long time ago before the war even began. And there's been a lot of speculation about the whole thing.
They just got to that in the anime, and now they're, like, doing this revelation right now. Mm-hmm. So this chapter just easily deserves a 10 out of 10. I don't see any faults. Maybe you guys do see some things that you're not happy about. Maybe you wanted to see Kakashi fight the swordsman, which is a justifiable thing. But in general, this was an awesome chapter, and it easily deserves our coveted 10 out of 10.
And I mean, if you didn't like a chapter with like Madara in it, and Kimimaro skewering a bunch of samurais, and frickin' Rock Lee, and Kakashi using Zabuza's sword, that's all in one chapter, by the way. That all just happened. You got some pretty high standards. This was a great chapter. Really, really great chapter, and I can't wait to see where it's going to go from here. Alright guys, it's time for us to whore out some of our brand new video projects.
Take a look.
I got 2 this week for you. One of them is a Bleach discussion video I made, which was a response to Sawyer 7 Mage's video. It's Why Bleach Still Kicks Ass. It's just a video about why I really like Bleach and why I think it's still relevant in today's anime community. I also just released my first review of Gundam Age, the very first episode. It was really, really cool. If you guys are into Gundam or Mecha, you should check it out.
So you guys, hey everyone, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to give them a big thumbs up, as it helps us get our videos around YouTube, and it's awesome when you get more views. Everyone loves views that makes videos. So, also, until next time you guys, SuperKamiGuru9000, out.
It's an Oshawott.
Was your Pikachu in your
It's
shirt?
an Oshawott, motherfucker!